Assalamualaikum dear students. Hope you are healthy and hearty. Welcome back to NIEVS Homeschool. This is Fatema Sabrin Shikha, Assistant Teacher of National Ideal English Version School Morning Shift. Today I am going to take home science class for the students of class 8 on the topic of Chapter 7, Lesson 1 to 3, Discussion. I'm repeating, today our topic is Chapter 7, Lesson 1 to 3, Discussion. Students, this is our fourth lecture. I'm repeating, this is our fourth lecture. Students, take your home science book and open Chapter 7. According to government's declaration, from Chapter 7, we'll discuss from lesson 1 to 3. And from other chapters, that means other lesson, you'll learn the knowledge or earn the knowledge in your next class. So let's start. Chapter 7 names self-defense in different unfavorable situations. Lesson 1, drug abuse. We all like favorable environment, good company, our friends, teachers, inspiration and praise for our school performance, and all good things go with favorable situation. On the other hand, a harmful situation which does not bring any fruitful result and not helpful for our progress is surely an unfavorable situation. Bad company, delinquents, harassment, and early marriage are all unfavorable situations. These are all sad experiences which we do not want. Drug abuse is a worldwide problem, including Bangladesh. Drug is some kind of chemical substance, the use of which brings harmful effects on our body and mind. It creates addiction to the user and the quantity increases step by step. Sometimes the use becomes obligatory and this condition is called addiction. So drug addiction is now a problem in the world, and not only in the world, it is also a problem in Bangladesh. So taking tobacco smoke is called smoking. So what is smoking? Taking tobacco smoke is called smoking. So here are some names of another drugs, including opium, heroin, fentanyl, and yaba, are all intoxicated drugs. When these drugs and smoking creates addiction among users, the condition is called drug abuse. Childhood is the age of inquisitiveness. Many young people start using this quite out of curiosity. So children used to take drugs from childhood. At the first time, because of curiosity, they start to take or start to smoke drugs. Sometimes it comes as a relief from frustration. In most of the cases, the adolescents are involved in delinquent activities with the result of drug addiction. The addicted adolescents want company of others, and in this way, many children do strive becoming addicted. In the primary stage, they cannot understand the harmful effects, but when in course of time they face the danger, it becomes difficult to resist. Strong willpower of the addicts and scientific treatment may help to overcome the problem. So when a child includes in drug addiction or involved in drug addiction, it is hard for him to overcome. Only his power of will or scientific treatment can get him over from this problem. The drug users get sick gradually with final touch of death. The intoxication destroys the individual, the family, and ultimately the society. The user of it suffers from the problems like long-term damage of brain, heart, and lungs, complications in normal reproductive function, mental health problem, educational inability, and distributed family relationship. Being failed to get money from parents, they become involved in various effects of drug abuse in personal and social life are. So here you can see this, if someone is addicted in drug, what will be the effect? Drug abuse will be physical damage, economic and immortality, mental damage, social problems. So for drug addiction, physical, emotional, mental and social, all problems will be happen with a person who is addicted. So what is this? Physical damage, respiration, heart, work, inability, toxic blood, insomnia, loss of appetite, stomach pain, and risk of spread of AIDS and hepatitis B. All these will happen for physical. Next, economic and immortality. Economic crisis of the family will with borrowing, stealing, lying, and lack of devotion to justice. This for economic and immortality. Next, mental damage, loss of learning power, inattentiveness, memory loss, loss of energy, lethargic and fatigue with depression, violent action. Social problems, loss of work, interest, lack of love and affection is the entry to crime world. So all this will happen. That means if one is taking drugs, he will physically damaged, economically insolvent, also mentally unable, and he will face so many social problems. Nobody will love him. Society will not take him easily. In the view of harmful effects, you all should remember that it must be avoided. Take a vote to spread this message to your locality, community and to peer groups. Frustration and depression are part of life, but nobody should surrender to it. Let us say no to drug, which can be the best way to protect ourselves. Here you can see say no to drugs, save ourselves. So students, spread this message in your locality, in your friends, groups, and always try to maintain this. You have to say no to drugs, save ourselves. Now come to page number 58. We'll learn about lesson 2, early marriage, Darwin. First, early marriage. According to United Nations 1990 declaration, all children from birth to 18 years are called children. So according to United Nations, who are children from birth to 18 years are called children. According to United Nations declaration, no girl child should get married before this age. So we can't get married of a girl when she is under 18 years old. The marriageable age for boys is 21 years. The marriage of children having less than these ages fall in the category of early marriage. The main reason for early marriage lies in the fact of poverty, illiteracy, and not having birth registration. Moreover, early marriage is also occur due to socio-economic condition of parents and for getting safe custody for the girl child. The same is the case with boys also. Boys below 21 years are not eligible for marriage, but boys of the age get married for getting money from the girls. Why is early marriage harmful for girls? Here we'll learn the harmfulness of girls because of marriage. Pregnancy complications with the hazard of having underweight children. The death rate and risk factors are more for the underaged mother than the aged mother. The female body is not prepared for delivery if they are less than 18 years. They face premature birth, high blood pressure, convulsion, anemia, complicated delivery, which may lead to death of both. So if a girl is married before 18 years or before the age, also the girl and her baby is in danger. Sometimes while giving birth, the girl died. And this is so sad for our society that we are not maintaining the rules. We are getting married our girls before the age of 18 years old. The early marriage of both male and female child may hamper or stop their education. When they give birth of child, they have to perform the duty of parents. This creates mental pressure and monetary crisis. So we have to prevent any marriage between a boy of below 21 and a girl below 18 years, and must refuse this type of proposal for themselves and must encourage others to protest. The guardians must be made aware of the bad impact of early marriage. So we have to make aware of all the girls, the boys, our parents, our guardians, not to take or not to do early marriage. This is not only harmful for our society but also harmful for our country. Dowry. In a marriage, there are two parties. The system of offering gifts both by bride and bridegroom. Practice has long been traditionally continuing, but when one party is obliged to give valuable resources, money and other things is termed as dowry. So in our country there is a tradition that while marriage, a girl will bring some gifts from his father's house as a gift. As we are mentioning that it's gift for the in-laws house, but it is called dowry. It can be called demand also. In our country, this burden of dowry is mostly met by bride's family. In 1980, Dowry Prohibition Act can clearly state penalty of 1 to 5 years in imprisonment or fine or of both. In Bangladesh, the main reason for accepting dowry is economic need and unemployment. So why the people of Bangladesh are involved in getting and taking of dowry. So basically this happens because of our poverty, because of economic need and unemployment. Most of the time boys are unemployed and they are getting married to get money, to get wealth from his wife's house. Harmful effect of dowry. It creates problems in bride's family for meeting demand. They have to sell their land, draw money from bank deposit and borrow from others, which make them penniless. So everybody should be conscious about the harmful effects of dowry. So a girl's father is so helpless while the time of his or her daughter's marriage, because they have to collect money, they have to collect wealth to get their child married. It should be the duty of all boys and girls to raise voice against dowry. Attempts needs to be made to stop it for all time. Not only girls but also boys have to raise their voice. If boys stop taking dowry, all problem will be solved. So now it's time to raise our voice. We can change our society and we can develop our country. Now we'll learn about lesson 3, sex abuse. Sex abuse is very pathetic and abundant in incidents of sex abuse all over in different forms. Now this is very urgent to save ourselves and others from this antisocial activity. We need to know the ways to stop this unexpected harassment. This chapter is very important to create awareness in the society. So with dowry, we have to talk about these incidents, because if we keep mute, this will be increased in our society. Sexual abuse includes sexual talk, incident, indecent indication, filthy gesture, teasing, and distributing others improperly. Sometimes attraction to opposite sex may lead to dangerous consequences, especially in adolescence. Rashida is visiting her relative after final examination. She is enjoying the place joyfully. She goes out to roam with next door neighbor brother, where she spent the whole afternoon by enjoying natural scenery of sugarcane field, riverboat, rowing, etc. It was almost evening then. Suddenly the boy came very close to Rashida, holding her hand. Rashida rescued her forcibly and walked away. This incident always haunts as a nightmare for which she gets alarmed with fear. Did you ever think that you can also face the same danger? The reactions of sexual abuse reminds the incident with fearful experience. Mental stress causes restlessness for repression. Sometimes it is shameful and insulting to family. So you need to be careful. This incident can happen with you. So while come out from your home or while going anywhere, you have to inform your parents. You need to be cautious not to happening this incident. In the content of our country, the adolescent girls are more vulnerable to sexual harassment. They may be harassed by the vagabond boys of the locality or by their classmates, but this harassment may occur by close relatives, familiar persons, and aged persons, including the classmates. In order to save ourselves from these antisocial activities, we should be aware of the following. Staying alone in home should be avoided. Dresses should be polished and chaste. Avoid any known or unknown who wants to touch body. Avoid going out alone with known or unknown person. Inform immediately about such incident to parents. There is another dreadful and shocking picture of sexual abuse. Sometimes children are abused by elderly family members. The parent keeps the child alone with him in good faith, and such incidents happen. Sometimes the male child is attracted by the male adult in the secret organs. Children get frightened by this and cannot disclose the matter out of fear. We should stand unitedly against these mischief mongers. It is the duty of all parents and society to create a safe environment. So students, we have discussed about lesson 1, 2, lesson 3, and we will not learn about lesson 4. As I said, according to government's declaration, we'll learn all these things in our next class. That means in class 9, you will get all this information and knowledge. Students, we have learned about many things, including dowry, including early marriage, and including sex abuse. So you need to be careful. You need to conscious about all these things. Raise your voice if anything happened with you, and please inform your parents. Every thing, don't hide anything from them, because our parents are our best friends, and always be careful. So that's for today. I hope you have understood today's topic. Keep practicing and abide by your parents. Stay well. See you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.